This is Brightside's first ever time 20, become a good friend of the channel, and I like seeing my friends succeed. So I've been telling him and others out there, if you're running your first 20, like especially like ever, but even if it's like just this season, I know things are in a state where they're a lot easier now. It's still awesome for me to see. Happily do a key review and we'll comment on stuff that we can along the way. So let's get right to it. It is Halls of Infusion, obviously. I think this one is going to be a very interesting one to learn from based on what he told me. I've not watched it yet though. But yeah, he's playing the Fire Mage. We had spoke a couple of weeks ago. He was really, I think, in love with Arcane. Maybe even Frost too. I remember like weeks ago we played together on the Resto Druid, I believe, and he was trying out Fire. He didn't really enjoy it at the time, but I think now that Fire is so good, now it's just been it's having some nerfs come, but regardless, yeah, you know, this is a time to play it. So, wow, right out of the gate, we have no nameplates. Is that real? Wow, no nameplates. Okay, that's unique. I don't think I've ever seen anybody play the game with no nameplates. How do you interrupt things? Okay, interesting. All right, that's cool. Whatever, man. You upgrade the key. Let's see what happens. Obviously I don't play a ranged DPS. I don't play anything remotely similar to this, but oh, okay. No, actually forget it. Okay, I apologize. He says nameplates are bugged. I'm reloading. I was gonna say I've never seen somebody play without nameplates in any type of serious content. That would be a very unique way to play the game. All right, we're back. We're reloading, no problem. But yeah, no, okay, we're good. That's better. They're there now. Okay, good. Yeah, that this route, we've been talking a lot about this dungeon. This is the previous, is this the, I can't really tell when this was. But anyway, it's definitely a dungeon that I think if you don't have a priest, you're kind of handcuffed on the route, but if you do have a priest, there's a really nice route you can run where you kind of pull a little bit extra at the beginning and start big, and then you know, end up with some skips at the end, but you do need a priest for that. You cannot even Invispot, from what I could tell. Those mobs actually have true sight, which is very unique. Blizzard has really done some strange things. We talked a lot about this the last few weeks, but priest has become this mandatory spec, and a lot of it is because of Mind Soothe. Even Rogue cannot do a lot of the skips that priest is now able to do, because not only is their spell so powerful, it got buffed in terms of its like veracity, like how effective it actually is, but it also is an AoE as well. So I'm gonna actually move the camera up here, so you guys, well, maybe I'll move it over here actually. I'm gonna move it over here so you can see the damage meter. I would say that, you know, Fire Mage in a really good place. I don't know a ton about it, but we've had our battles with the spec, very well documented. In BFA, it was very famous for causing my life absolute misery. People, pretty much every single key wanted a Fire Mage, kind of like they do now. And every single key, these Fire Mages would complain at me for not pulling around their combustion. And that was very unfun. So, yeah, this is a much better version of it, it seems. I don't fully understand how the spec works now, but it does seem like they have much better DPS. The guy's asking for mage buff, and first comment of the dungeon. He says, also, you're losing to the tank by 35%. Oh boy. But you know what? First 20 in time, and we'll see how it goes. That's you got to be really confident when you're asking for somebody to do something for you, give them a buff, and then insulting them in the same comment. It's funny. It's gonna be one of those, isn't it? But yeah, this fight, obviously a. Oh, wait. Is this guy? I just noticed. This guy is Devastation. We have a Devastation Evoker, right? That's the Devastation icon, and he's doing 120k. So, yeah, that's an easy argument to have. Guy says you're losing to the tank. Oh, I'm just playing support Fire Mage. I'm just playing the support spec. No, anyway, I like Lust on the phase 2. We Lust on the pull here. I would definitely not recommend that. This boss really is only actually difficult in the second half of the encounter. The first phase can take like as long as you want. Like Lusting on phase 1 is basically just like a let's get Lust on CD and make the dungeon faster move, which is not going to be really needed, especially in like a lower, like somewhat lower key. I would definitely recommend doing that. So we do die with Ice Block available. That is the number one thing I always look at is trying to... Oh, you put them on ignore. Okay. Yeah, I would always definitely pay attention to our defensive CDs. Mage is really good at that kind of thing. They have really good defensive CDs, really good ability to stay alive, alter time as well. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that. If you're going to do more and more keys, you're going to get higher and higher keys. You're going to have harder and harder time surviving. So it gets pretty bad. And yeah, like at times you will literally like live or die based on your defensive CD usage. So, but first boss is dead. Only 2 deaths in the dungeon. So we're all set. Easy boss. This pack is a little bit bait. Again, I don't play DPS, but if I was a betting man, I would say popping CDs on this pack is tough because, yeah, usually we get a big pull next. Depending on what the tank's doing, we actually have a Brewmaster, which you don't see very often. He's doing a very standard route. If you're not going to do the skip with the priest, and you can't really do too much else in here, so just typically expect a little bit more aggression through this area, especially if it's an easy trash week. But I would say just keep making sure we're interrupting the ads here. These dazzles can easily wipe to this, cause some problems here. So I believe Mage has like tons of abilities to do that now, right? I don't... Oh, okay, yeah. So there's some enemies here that are in stealth, and if you if you go ahead, like, they're gonna stun the first person they touch. So, oh boy, it's getting... Is this an upgrade? We sure it's an upgrade? Yeah, okay. But yeah, no, certainly just let the tank handle that. Especially as Blood DK, it's easy enough because we can just Icebound out of it. I try to hit him with D&D, throw D&D down. It's getting pretty heated. Trying to focus. We upgrade this. This is success. Okay, good. Don't type that out. Good, good, good. Oh, you released. Better, but good, but not great, but good. That's good. Don't type all that out. I don't know if you saw what he was typing, but yeah. This is it. This is really good key to watch because, you know, I don't, yeah. I'm going to tell you straight up, like, if you're calling somebody names like that in a 20, I don't know. That guy's not looking to succeed, but mad respect to you typing all that out and knowing that it was going to probably disband the key. And guess what? We don't do that. That's really good. Really classy. Tough to do it at times, man. That's the number one tip I would give everybody. Stop typing. This guy should take his own advice, honestly. Tell you what. But yeah, definitely. Just the less typing, the better. You're onto something there. Just nothing to say here. The less, honestly, like in general, like I look at this way universally. I always say it because typically, yeah, like, you know, now the people are going to start insulting each other. The more typing you do, the more loose the mouths get. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably never going to be good. Like a silent key typically means 2 things. 1, people aren't arguing with each other or talking about stuff that is irrelevant to the success rate of the key. And 2, they're not talking about things and potentially overcomplicating the key for themselves. Like I learned this a long time ago. Back in BFA, I remember this always being the case. You would have people like overly talkative, and then as soon as one thing would go wrong, they would all be commenting on why they believe what went wrong should have not been handled the way it did. So if everybody's just quiet, it usually means they're more willing to think on their feet, and they're more able to, you know, play despite any setbacks, which is really crucial. So anyway, this fight is really good for Mage. You could Frost Nova the turtles or the frogs whenever they're in the thing. That's pretty important, actually. The higher up you do, good block there, save our lives. Again, really high damage taken on this fight, but you know, we're doing good DPS, 140k on this fight, so just got to use the defensive CDs on any tyrannical boss, any hard boss in general. This boss is not the hardest one, but this dungeon is certainly one of the dungeons that I would fear if I was a Clothy, because lots and lots of damage, lots of consistently high damage from boss after boss after boss. So very good damage here. I still cannot believe we have a Devastation Evoker. We were talking about this the other day. What is the least played spec? People were saying Assassination Rogue, Affliction Warlock, Mistweaver. No, I think the answer is Devastation. Oh, somebody brought that up, and I didn't even really think about it until it was too late. But yeah, we actually have multiple DPS dead, so yeah, not a great job. I just actually healed this key on my Paladin on a 20, and I will tell you it was very hard to heal. But I do think Holy Pally they're getting a nerf, and I do think it is deserved. That spec is broken, honestly. I hadn't realized it until... Don't type it. Stop it. No, don't say that. Okay. Oh, you typed it. That's unfortunate. We did so good before. So good. Oh, he rezzed you. All right. This is really crazy, but... Anyway, this is interesting. I'm gonna say it right now, though. If your name's Rep Pally and you're healing, you probably aren't very committed to the role. Just gonna say that. That's probably the way it is. So, a lot of conversations. No, but what was I saying? Yeah, Holy Pally, really powerful. I think there's frankly a lot of people who are just kind of getting carried by the spec. I've seen a lot of people like actually just straight up like suck, but because Holy Pally is so powerful, it's really good. This is really a very strange key that I'm trying to review the key, but okay. Anyway, this is an upgrade, but we got a Devastation Evoker. Super easy game nowadays, guys. Is that guy oh, he's BM. Okay, I was gonna say Hunter's getting some buffs. They're I think it's Marksman, but yeah. Nah, but Holy Pally getting nerfed, and I do agree they need one. Fire Mage also, and they probably need it too, but I don't know. It's just weird how the game has become this like very cookie cutter thing all of a sudden. So we'll see how it plays out. But now we're now we'll definitely start getting this. We'll definitely start getting into the realm of or harming the key with all this typing. But yeah. Anyway, here we go. Boss is coming up. We'll say this. I mean, we're absolutely like blitzing through this, despite the fact that we have this crazy shit going on. But yeah, all right. Good block there, I guess. Yep. Okay, we're gonna lust this one, right? Yeah, we got lust up. Let's see it. See the damage. Pyroblasting him. Good. Look at that choice. Oh, that guy says you're ugly and stupid. That was a good comeback. I actually disagree. I looked at our boy Brightside's transmog, and it's fucking really good looking. Now, at the time of this key recorded, he does not have that transmog because I guess it was recorded before the thing, like the trading post came out. But he has the trading post, red trading post hood, and it is outstanding. So what, this guy is just like at this point not healing him, I guess. It says you are being actually toxic to the key holder by actively not healing me. I would have to agree. Like, he seems like he's straight up just not healing him, which is pretty silly. This is what happens. I mean, I hate to call it 20 a low key, but you know what I mean. This is what happens in the like the mediocre pug worlds. People start. I'm actually really impressed that this is an upgrade. What is going? You've given me a key that is far funnier than I expected it to be. I was ready to celebrate. I was ready to be like, hey man, 20 in time. Let's see. I don't play DPS, so maybe we'll find something that we could talk about. But it's just a romp. We're destroying this key. I mean, honestly, it's not even really like the DPS is really high, even though we have somebody dead the whole time. I mean, the Paladin's not doing much damage here. But yeah, tough fight to heal. Definitely one of the hardest fights to heal, probably ever. Straight, like the whole fight is just on super HPS, you know what I mean? You need a ton. It's actually quite a hard fight. And he's just gonna not, okay, to be honest, that dude's an idiot. Just gonna not res him, so. How come you're the only one who keeps dying? Well, I definitely would agree that he just didn't heal him there. Like, he never got any substantial healing there. Yeah. But yeah, here, great example. Good example. Don't talk in keys. Just don't type. The less typing, the better. The better chance you have of upgrading the key. Or you know what? I guess fuck it. Actually, forget it. I'm wrong. Just type as just insult people the whole time. But just insult people the whole way and partially AFK while insulting people, and you upgrade 20s. That's okay. Good lesson, right? Yeah, not really, but I'm impressed. Nah, but anyway, Holy Pally, pretty powerful right now. Not your prototypical comp either, so respect for that. I think it's a lot of the damage is really carrying this group, even though there's so many things going on. Now we're kind of making it a little bit more funny. But yeah, not really much to comment on. This dungeon goes insanely well against all odds, I would say. So, congrats. We're at the last boss. We're gonna have like 10 minutes left on the last boss. That's substantial. So, but hey, you know what? This shows that any key can be upgraded. Like me and Cop used to say when I was teaching Cop how to tank. If you guys have never seen that series, a friend of mine who has like an insane tank anxiety. I helped him learn how to tank Mythic Plus, and he actually upgraded his first 20 ever. I think that was his first 20, like, as anything, but maybe not. But yeah, I think he had probably done some as Windwalker at that point, but upgraded his first 20 ever, and I helped him out with that, and it was a very inspiring moment. This is what I'm looking for. Somebody who, isn't necessarily where they would like to be, finding success now, and us helping reinforce that, us helping find ways to build on that success. So yeah, obviously I think it's pretty clear that you had the right idea, putting the guy on ignore. I think 9 times out of 10 this is going to be a disband because of the comments that are being made here. I'm actually kind of shocked. Obviously that guy is very, very rude to you as well, but it just doesn't really matter. You're in a no-win situation here. What is the comment? It's very, very, like, not very politically correct nowadays, but this was something people used to say on the internet all the time. Wait, what was that? Alter time there. Anyway, this was something that people used to say all the time. Arguing on the internet is like something or other, and no matter who wins, nobody wins, basically. So, oh, that guy died? He goes, I died trying to heal you. Hope you're happy. Yeah. Honestly, like, the more that guy talks, the less respect I have for him. Bro, it's Holy Pal. If you're dying as Holy Pal, you really don't. Like, I'm telling you, that was the reason that it was so overpowered. Similar to Ogvoker. Like, they're nerfing Ogvoker as well. And it's just not really changing much in my eyes because, like, it doesn't really... The DPS portion maybe is overpowered too, but the reason that these specs, and Shadow Priest and Mage too, same thing. The reason these specs are so broken is because they are unbelievably defensive. Like, so much free defense from their kit. Mage also now bringing these shields, which I think is like a 5-minute CD only. It's like 100, it's like a good amount of absorb every few minutes. These types of things are really imbalanced. Like, very few specs have something like that, you know? And I get what they're doing there. Oh, I get what you're doing there, but it's not, like, I don't think, if you're going to do it, you got to start being more, I'm talking to Blizzard, by the way. Like, if you're doing this, you got to be a little bit more ready for the potential imbalance that it's going to cause, because it's pretty clear that these specs have way too much defense. So he goes, I suspect most of your keys go like this, or your groups just fall apart. It's really strange, because the guy, like, this dude basically Insulted him for absolutely no reason. Like, out of nowhere. Typically, I am the carry, but you won't believe that. He says, impressed ice block out of combat. You're delusional. Alright. Alright, bro. You're 3,700 doing a 20 on a Holy Pally. 2,700. Chill out. But yeah, okay. That's definitely not the type of key I expected to see. But we got some some funny stuff. When's it gonna how long is it go on? But yeah, don't be scared to go into a 20, I guess, is the takeaway. Okay, I'm kind of flabbergasted. Don't be scared to go into a 20. They're not that hard, especially now. The season's been out for so long. If you guys are out there recording and doing your first 20s, yeah, let me know. Let me know if you're out there. I'd love to see some of them, especially if you're maybe coming to this difficulty the first time. The guy says, there's a reason most... Oh, what did he say? Is the recording about to end? We got to go back to that. He says, there is a reason most of your family can't stand you either. Okay. Pugging, unfortunately, not great. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.